The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q101.
Brian and Kenzie on Q101.
Ahoy! Let's go! We're waking up Chicago. Turn up the radio. It's time to start the show. On Q101 with the morning crew. Ahoy! Let's go! Welcome to the morning show.
And I know you need this to get going here after the holiday weekend.
It's one of those days where you don't want to wake up. Everybody sucks. You don't really know why, but you want to justify ripping someone's head off. No human contact, and if you interact, your life is on contract. Your best bet is to stay away, mother. It's just one of those days. It's all about the he says, she says bullshit. I think you better quit, let it slip, or you'll be leaving with a fat lip.
Oh, let's go. Let's go. It is Tuesday, and I hope you guys had a stellar 3-day weekend. I hope you got off to celebrate and sleep in and enjoy and honor all those things, grill out, lay around.
What a weird thing. You slip honor casually in between sleep, be lazy, honor.
It's all good. I could say honor first, but I first think I want to chill out.
Led with honor.
Yeah, chill out, lay around.
Vibe.
Yeah, that's what I hope for first, but always you do honor, of course, yesterday.
How was the wedding?
So, yeah, I went to a wedding in Kansas City.
Did you fit? Is that your wedding tux? Or
that's
suit?
my wedding suit, by the way, and didn't it look fantastic?
You looked good.
And this is proof that when you're faced with struggle,
you don't have to care.
Don't cave in. Don't care. Yeah, because that's my wedding suit, and 3 years ago, I weigh now 13 to 14 pounds more than I did at the wedding. And this is those slim fit suits, as you can see in there. And I thought I didn't even bother trying on the pants before I took the suit, put it in
smart.
there.
It's the right thing to do.
I'm going to get there in Kansas City. I'm going to will it. I'm going to manifest it. That's a big word in 2024.
People love that.
You look like you can't breathe in this picture.
You know what?
Megan looks incredible.
Thank you.
You look like the definition of like, suck it in.
Listen, believe it or not, I could not only breathe, I could eat more at the wedding because it was a hell of a damn wedding with a steak dinner and brats later on in the night for snacks.
Well, you're a skinny leg guy.
My legs are muscular but thin.
Yeah, but that's not where you gain your weight. That's like my husband doesn't gain his weight there either. He's got these tiny little jerk legs.
Well, I can't remember. There are guys with fat calves.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like these
There's
guys.
some guys that it's like a tree trunk.
Yeah.
But no.
Thick boy down low.
I like that. Like a football player. But you're very small right here. So
Small.
You are. So I feel like I'm looking at this picture.
Yeah.
And your pants are kind of abnormally low. So did you just go under the belly? That's what I did when I was pregnant.
A little bit.
I just stopped my pants short of where they would normally go to make them fit.
Certainly not like the 80-year-old man that pulls it above his belly button. You know the pants. You see those guys out there?
Well, because they shrink. It's the opposite problem. Now they can wear the same pants.
Yeah, I was a little bit under the belt line. And, you know, I got so many DMs, and thank you for your concern of that button extender that people have. Of how to buy that.
Did you? I'm sorry.
All right, I'm sorry to make you choke on your Egg McMuffin this morning.
Did you use one?
Well, I got a lot of links to Amazon to buy one before the wedding to get it there.
As you should have.
Now, this suit, though, has a hook. There's no button on it. It's the hook pants. So there's no way to use that thing if I wanted to.
I think so. You could use a little straight. You could have cut a little hole.
Ugh, I don't know.
I've done that for belts before. I've put a different hole in it. Like I just stabbed through them with a needle and made a different hole for a belt.
Yeah, I chose to manifest that I would fit in this suit gloriously without any apparatus. Or,
I just would have loved. I just would have loved like a fat guy in a little coat moment.
And you didn't get it. You
I
didn't get it.
know.
And it's kind of sad. I look damn
I'm
good.
sad. Yeah.
And I fit in that suit, and I even jumped around when House of Pain came on at the wedding.
Did you?
I have a video of that as well.
Were you worried?
I was worried that the hook would snap during jump around and the pants would fall to my ankles.
And the hook would go into somebody's eye.
The bride would get hit with the eye. It'd be like shrapnel.
The cake falls over. It's just like, ruin the whole thing.
Very memorable wedding it would have been. But everything stayed intact, and I kept eating, man. I was in Kansas City. I had barbecue.
I kept eating.
Oh.
You know what? You powered through, and I'm proud of you.
Yeah, I want to let people know out there. If anybody tells you can't do it, don't listen to them.
Oh, yeah.
That's the lesson of the
If somebody
weekend.
tells you can't fit in a pair of pants, they tell them to mind their damn business.
That's
you know?
right. That's right.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q 101.
Well, as usual, coming up here in about 10 minutes, we'll have our fact that makes your brain go boom. And something really amazing going on a week from, actually, I shouldn't say that. Today's Tuesday. So it's this coming Monday, as May has been Mental Health Awareness Month. And Q101 has got a great connection with Brent Smith of Shinedown through our show, Brian and Kenzie. I mean, we had such a great time when he was in here, and also called us up kind of just to settle a question there.
And I won, which was awesome.
You did kind of win.
Good guy.
You kind of won on that. Yeah, really good guy.
Yeah.
So Brent Smith of Shinedown and the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention. We have a very special lounge event next Monday to raise awareness and educate on the subject of mental health and suicide prevention. And he'll be there. So Brent Smith's our guest in the lounge.
He's going to actually lead this,
Yeah.
which is really cool. He's not stopping by and waving.
Correct. And this was
Because I have to, it's true because sometimes, when they're like, oh, this person's going to be at this restaurant or this club and there's security and you can't see them and they walk through and just leave and you're like, well, I spent a lot of money to get in here.
Yeah, it's kind of
you're just going
a
to
drive by
through the building. No, he's going to lead the panel. It's very cool.
And this was all his idea to work with us on this and do this. Get to Kenzie's point, it wasn't like he was just hired to do this.
Mm-hmm.
All his idea. He could have just came in and done a Shinedown lounge and played, but he wants to do this. So it's Monday at 3 p.m. Now they will do a performance, and then they'll have a discussion on mental health. Also going to be here is Ryan Dusick, the former drummer of Maroon 5, who's now a therapist and a speaker and an author of a book, Harder to Breathe, a memoir of making Maroon 5, losing it all, and finding recovery.
Ooh.
I want to hear that story. I mean, I really want to hear
buy
that
the
story.
book.
Yeah. I don't got time to read, so I'll be hanging out in the lounge. So we'll be streaming it at Q101.com, of course, our Facebook page, and on Shinedown's Facebook pages as well, all the social stuff. But if you want to be there live in person, just go to win a seat in the lounge at Q101.com for a chance to be here next Monday for the event with Brent Smith of Shinedown. Q101.com. Do that right now and get involved. It's going to be an incredible experience.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q 101.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q 101.
Well, it is time for a fact that makes your brain go. Now, 42 years old, something happens to you that is a turn for the worse, and you can control it. This is something you can look forward to if you're younger than 42 and you're getting there, you're preparing for it, like Case and Kenzie are younger than 42. Now, if you're past 42, you can still do it. You can still do something to change to make you healthier for the rest of your life, but you got to get on it right now. And what that is the average person in Chicago gets really negative at the age of 42, where everything upsets you, everything you want to have a rant about, everything. For example, they did a survey of this, like grocery prices. Of course, we're all pissed off about those right now. You get angry about it. Politics. That's at 42 is when you really amp it up, where you start being negative and getting in debates with people you probably shouldn't get into for no reason. You're in social media, you're on Facebook yelling about whether it's Trump or Biden, you're yelling and back and forth, and you waste 3 hours doing it, and then you realize maybe you should have done something like go for a walk for that time.
A workout or something.
Yeah,
Cook a nice family dinner.
Yeah, maybe treat yourself to some nachos or something instead of
This
arguing.
happened to my dad around 30.
Is that right?
It's just
Yeah.
anger.
Yeah.
We used to call it his Sunday face. We still say that because when we were all getting ready for church on Sunday, he'd always end up cursing us all out. We'd always get in trouble.
Where's your church pants aren't on right?
Get your ass in the dress. We gotta go. I was like, this is Sunday face. It's not going good. You're going to have to repent.
There's some funnier things at 42 that start getting you more negative, like crowds. Now, Case has
That's
this right.
me.
Case has this right now at 25 years old.
Do I?
I think you do. You want space, even though you go to all the hardcore shows and get in the pit and all that. But I think otherwise you don't want people around.
This is true.
Outside of your shows.
He doesn't want us here. He just wants to show up.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I want. I want the Case show.
Yeah, we know.
Everybody would love that.
That's Case's goal. I'm like this with a bunch of people, though. I'm 29, and boy, when I see a line, am I just like, oh, no way. I don't have enough life left to win that line. Wasting my ears.
I think lines are probably worse than crowds because over the weekend, I was on a stroll with my lovely girlfriend and we stopped by Jenny's Ice Cream.
Ooh.
Oh, the lot in Wrigley?
It was in Logan Square.
Oh, God.
Line half a block long.
Unbelievable.
Before you continue, pretty good year, huh?
I've had a good year.
Because the ice cream's like $10 a scoop at Jenny's. It's so good. It's really good.
I didn't know. I thought you meant in general. Like, how's your year going? I'm like, why are you asking right now?
Pretty good year. Could get Jenny's
like
ice
talking
cream.
to a squirrel. Get on track.
He doesn't go to Baskin Robbins or Dairy Queen. He's going over to Jenny's.
Dairy Queen's so expensive.
It's not Jenny's. You're right, but Jenny's is like,
Listen,
man,
it's Chicago.
I get
They
it.
tax you for bubbles in your soda.
I understand
It's all
that.
going to be pricey.
Yeah. Anyway,
Anyways, line of Jenny's.
Go ahead with the line of Jenny's.
If I may.
Go
To
ahead.
show you what a good year that I've had, we went to Jenny's after dining in at Paulie G's Pizzeria, which has the best Detroit-style pizza in all of Chicagoland.
Oh, big statement.
And paid a lot of money for that pizza, and then went across the street. And I'm ready to bail because all I wanted, it was Saturday night. I was going to go home and watch the NBA playoffs, but it was important that before we go home and watch TV that I treat my girl to a nice night out.
That you treat her like a good,
I'm
like
trying.
a person.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. I'm trying because she, believe it or not as into the NBA playoffs as I am.
Shocking.
So there's balance there. But I see this line and I go, well, I guess we just won't have ice cream. The line's too long. I'm not waiting in this. And she talked me down. We got to wait in the line. I got my blueberry and lemon ice cream by the end of it, and it was a good night. I'm glad we waited. Some people have more patience than I do.
But you went 0 to 100 and you were done.
Okay, Brian, I feel like maybe you'll relate to this.
Okay.
But I have become, and I'm being self-aware right now, a little bitch because...
Wait. About what?
Well, you hit the ding, hit the ding.
Okay. Because, and you probably relate to this, everywhere that I have worked in radio, I've always ended up having to do an amusement park broadcast. So like a Six Flags,
Sure.
broadcast. I was in Minnesota, it was Valley Fair, like all these different places, right?
Yes.
And I've always done broadcasts. And when you do the broadcast, you get to go, they bring you like up the exit because they let you like do rides really fast. And then
Cut the line.
so you can come back and talk about them on air. Now you always have to wait. I never, ever took the front or the back seat because people were waiting a long time for those. I'm
Sure.
like, throw me in the middle, okay? But I didn't want no beef, okay? But because of that, if I go anywhere, I'm like to an amusement park, I'm like, what is this? This is the entrance?
Yeah.
Why are there people all the way back to the ride's all the way up there? I am such a spoiled brat. I don't know if I think I'm Mariah Carey or something like lines. What is this?
Wait, these 300 people are waiting to ride the same thing I want to ride? Holy cow.
This is my park. I came here today.
I can relate because I've done those broadcasts and you forget, and you will forget this eventually, how awesome it is to get this cut in line stuff.
Oh.
And people pay for it now. I think you can buy a cut in line.
You can buy Fast Pass.
Yeah.
It's still a line, but it's like the shorter line.
Yeah.
I don't care. Our pass was even faster because
Yeah.
it was just like you get to go to the front.
Yeah.
The worst was the absolute worst is that like I would just look down though. I would never look.
Nope.
Because everyone like when they stop it and then they open the exit side so you can walk and sit.
Yeah.
And then they open the rest of it. Everyone's always staring at you because they thought they were next. And you're like,
Oh. Well, look at the time. Get this coaster going.
I would like limp a little so people would be worried about me.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q101.
Brian and Kenzie on Q101 before we get to the holiday weekend. And you can check in on that right now, 312-591-8300. Check in for the highlight of your weekend. Give it to us after a 3-day holiday weekend. Hopefully you guys got some time to do stuff for yourself. But we're talking about that fact that makes your brain go. That 42 is the day that the average Chicagoan starts getting super negative.
Right.
Super negative. And, you can stop that by mentally changing how you are because it's going to damage your health. When you see people die of like cardiovascular disease, it's because you were stressed out starting at 42 and then no one knows it and then they just die.
I mean, I'm doomed because I've been stressed for so long.
Yeah.
And I'm 29. Like, I'm going down.
Got to stop that.
It's horrible.
Got to stop doing that.
But we are talking about like lines and stuff,
Yeah, that causes people to have stress of just lines of people.
I'm wanting to skip them at amusement parks, right? And someone texted in and said, I always go to guest services, tell them I just had a knee surgery a couple months ago, and they give me a free pass to cut in front.
Really?
So he just lies.
They don't look if they want. They don't want to see like the stitches or anything.
I think they didn't see you skip it up to the guest services.
Yeah. Ran full speed.
Yeah. Pushed a kid over to get cotton candy.
Hey, my knee hurts. Let me through.
Nah, I'm going to tell everybody there's going to be a bunch of people with knee issues.
Ooh, sorry, Six Flags. Sorry about that.
You're going to be faster going the regular line. All these the knee sections backed up.
Wow. Well, some of the other things that people start complaining about at 42, by the way, were customer service, the weather, tipping culture, tipflation, and music that you don't like. People get in. This is different to me because I got in arguments over music from my whole life. I like to get in debates and sell Van Halen on somebody. But then if they liked it, then I got mad. Like, well, that's my band, not your band. You can't like it. Yes. Yeah. I mean, you could not win with me in music arguments because that's how I would go.
Nobody can win with you to the day.
Yeah. I still want to win every argument. And that's
sometimes
always
you just come locked and loaded. And I'm like, yeah, I get your point. And then you keep going. And I'm like, no, I'm not disagreeing with you. And then it is like, you you obviously had this argument with yourself in the shower.
Yeah.
And you're like, no, I got 17 more things I'm going to say. I'm like, I agreed with you.
I didn't anticipate you caving in so quick.
Yeah.
Damn it.
Ah!
Damn it.
It's like arguing with a machine gun.
Highlights of your weekend. 312-591-8300, where let's go around the horn here and see what's what. Kenzie, how was your weekend? You drove the baby away from home for the first time ever.
I took a road trip to my parents' house.
Yeah.
And, wow, that was but less good than I imagined in my mind. So I was so excited. I'm like, I'm going to get all this rest because Marino sleeps through the night. And this is going to be awesome because between grandparents and him sleeping through the night, I'm finally going to relax. Due to the traveling, he decided to wake up 3 times a night. He got up at 9, 11, and 4 in the morning. And for 4 in the morning, he was up for good. And I got significantly less sleep than I normally do. I am so tired, and I am so sad about that. I was like, oh, my gosh, I'm going to be a beacon of sleep. It's going to be unbelievable.
You picture yourself on a cloud.
Oh, yeah. I'm gonna look so attractive when I come back. Just beauty sleep, baby. I look like I got dragged behind the car.
Well, that's unfortunate. Yeah. Dreaming of a nice, restful weekend. Sorry that didn't happen for you.
It did not.
No. Case, how was your weekend?
I had a good weekend. Can I briefly talk about a concert I went and saw last week? Of course. I went to the Salt Shed on Thursday. Sold out crowd for a band called Knocked Loose. And then a band called Loathe and a band called Show Me the Body and a band called Speed. It was 4 really heavy bands at the Salt Shed, which the Salt Shed is not used to. Like earlier in the week, the Decemberists played, and you think about all the indie rock shows, like Bleachers was over the weekend. All of these nice, soft indie rock bands play the Salt Shed. And then this band Knocked Loose showed up, and you had 3,000 people kicking and crowd surfing and moshing all at the same time. And it was really, really fun.
Well, it is fun. I mean, it's fun to get to a show like that where people will just all of a sudden just let loose, and they won't just sit there on their phone. They're actually more concerned about the pit.
It was so engaged, and the thing that I thought was interesting, for anybody that's been to the Salt Shed, you know the layout, but for anybody that hasn't been there, it's one big floor, and then in the back of the room, there's elevated seats. They're like bleachers, but they're nicer leather seats. This show was sold out. This show sold out basically the day the tickets went on sale. All of the seats in the back were empty because people didn't want to sit down for this show. They wanted to be in the pit. And so the pit was just extra crowded. It was such a good time. I tell you what, I hope Knocked Loose comes around again soon. They might be playing Riot Fest. I don't know that for sure, but the calendar certainly lines up. And if they do, I would really recommend going and checking out that band.
No one knows.
No one knows. I keep on trying to find out, and I am getting stonewalled.
I don't think they know. So I think that's the problem because there's not a lot of leaking information.
I get those Facebook, memories where every time Riot Fest lineup drops, I used to put it on there, and I've pretty much done like about 4 or 5 of the last several years has come up already. So it's a little later than usual, but when it comes, I'm sure it's going to blow everybody's mind.
That's right.
The Riot Fest lineup as our exclusive partners with Riot Fest. We always have an incredible time there, and it always is out of hand.
That's right. Brian, before I hear about your weekend, 219 checked in and said that the highlight of their weekend was that they shot friends with their paintball gun.
Oh, hell yeah.
That's a good weekend, isn't it? That's awesome.
I haven't played paintball in so long, and I want to do it again, but I'm wondering if
I love paintball.
So when's the last time you played it, though?
While you were pregnant.
It was her baby shower.
I would say I haven't played paintball in 5 years.
See, I've done it also longer than that. What I'm afraid of is kind of like video games in my head, that somehow the guns have exponentially gotten more powerful in my absence, and that I'm going to play paintball and it's really going to take like a limb off. It's going to go, like, I don't know if they are like back in the day.
It still hurts more than I expected to every time.
Yeah.
Every time I play, I'm like, oh my God, this hurts. Why am I doing this? And then, I don't know if we used to do this. We used to use paintball guns a lot, like in North Carolina and stuff. My parents let us use airsoft guns. And I feel like that's a horrible idea looking back. Like, we were shooting each other with airsoft guns.
Now, I honestly don't know the difference.
It's almost like a BB gun.
Yeah, airsoft guns are way less painful because I did airsoft growing up, but not paintball.
But what does airsoft shoot at
hurt
you?
more.
Oh, really?
What does airsoft shoot out, though?
Those little yellow, like circles.
Yeah, like a little BB kind of.
What is it, like a Nerf kind of thing? Like a
No, they're hard.
Ooh.
Like, at least paintballs, the paintballs were Gucci.
They hurt, but
These
explode.
are just like pellets. It's like a pellet gun. Like, good Lord.
So is this a bad move to say it'd be fun to do a Brian and Kenzie outing, a paintball war somewhere?
Oh, I would love to do a paintball war.
I bruise like a banana, though. That's the problem. Like, I could look like all just
Tell
dot
people
bruises.
I hate you.
Yes. Kenzie beats me. No one listens.
I'd kick your ass in paintball.
Let me tell you something. Back in the day,
kick your ass.
I was a champion back in the day.
You're such a big target.
Well, that's the
You're
problem.
just huge.
That's the problem. But I also blend well.
With what?
Because I have a lot of
Where'd
camo
you play?
stuff.
With clouds?
Yeah, I have a lot of camo
You're so
gear.
pale.
I'm so ready with my camo gear. I blend in nice. Now, I haven't worn that camo gear in a while,
It probably doesn't fit.
like the suit I wore for the wedding over the weekend, but I'm going to fit in that camo gear. It's going to work.
Oh, my gosh.
I do have something I want to share about the weekend that was pretty hilarious over the weekend with this wedding, and it involved being at the pool. I don't know what the rule is anymore on saving a lounge chair at the pool.
Oh, you put a little blanket on it?
Well, all pools open around Chicagoland this weekend. The beaches. Now, beaches, you don't really save a spot, but the pools and the burbs, like don't you have a community pool in your neighborhood?
Yes.
Do people save chairs there? Because it gets so packed like early on that they worry about not having a chair.
Only when they get there.
Yeah.
Because you can't go in and leave. Like, you have to turn your community card in and take it when you leave.
Okay.
So you can't go once you're gone, if that makes sense.
So they can't go in and put a towel down and take their card back and leave and come back later for that towel spot they saved 3 hours ago?
It would be very dramatic. It would be quite the process.
That's what happened to me over the weekend at this hotel I was staying at.
my.
And we'll share that story in a minute here from the highlight of my weekend. Keep coming in at 312-591-8300. The highlights of your weekend. But first, it'll be Gil Curtis with your headlines of the day.
This is not headline news. The #1 Memorial Day destination was Las Vegas, probably because so many people wanted to see that giant sphere. Garth Brooks. A new study says tattoos can increase your cancer risk by 21%. So let's make sure we appreciate Machine Gun Kelly while he's still here. Daily use of weed in the U.S. now exceeds daily alcohol use. So it's official. America has changed into the United States of Colorado. And Morgan Wallen has postponed the opening of his Nashville bar. He's having trouble finding decent throwable chairs. This is not headline news.
Brian and Kenzie in the morning. And Chicago's alternative all day.
Q101.
Brian and Kenzie in the morning. And Chicago's alternative all day.
Q101.
It's Brian and Kenzie on Q101. Highlights of the weekend. A lot of people checking in. Aaron Price, my son Aiden Price, just graduated high school from Dixon, Illinois with highest distinction. Super proud dad.
Woo!
That must be like honors, like Dean's List or something like that. Good job. A lot of people checking in. I had to share what happened over the weekend at this wedding I was at. It involves like saving chairs at the pool, which I think became a big deal this weekend when all the pools open in Chicagoland. I know Saturday was the only really nice day, but so we're at this hotel pool in Kansas City for this wedding I'm at. We go out, have enough time to go chill out by this pool. It's beautiful out there, like 85 and sunny, and there's only one chair available. And me and Megan go out there. I go, well, you take the chair. I'm going to jump in the pool anyway. I'm so tired and, from the whole week. Get this cold water on me. And there was a chair next to us with a hotel towel on it and a little hotel free suntan lotion bottle, like one of those 1 ounce things they give you at the door.
Right.
And it's sitting there, maybe someone's sitting here, so I won't sit there, and I'll just go in the pool and chill out for a while. And we wait, about an hour goes by, no one comes. And Megan goes, well, maybe you should just sit there, move stuff to the side and just sit there. I go, well, no, someone's coming back, obviously. Maybe they went and had a phone call, emergency with a kid. I'm just going to sit by the edge of the pool here. I can chat with you this way.
Yeah.
I don't need to lay in the chair.
Uh-huh.
Another hour goes by. Another hour goes by.
You were at the pool for 3 hours?
Yeah, we were drinking and eating too.
Pretty prudy.
Yeah.
Holy crap.
Well,
You were drinking at the pool. That's nice.
I was drinking my high noons there in the pool, had some sliders. And then finally, so 3 hours went by. And I said, before we have to leave and get ready for this wedding, I'm going to lay on this damn chair. No one's coming back. I moved the stuff aside, and I ended up passing out because I had about 6 high noons in me by that point.
Oh, do it.
And Megan goes, yeah, sit in the damn chair. It's going to be fine, whatever. So I'm sitting there, I also get this tap on the shoulder, and it's some woman, and she goes, excuse me, you're in my chair.
What'd you say?
And I'm kind of groggy, and I go like, wait, what? She goes, yeah, I had my stuff there and my chair. I'm sorry, but could you move? And I'm still kind of waking up because I just passed out hard, a little buzzed. Uh-huh. And Megan goes, your chair? You mean with the one with the hotel towel on it and the free suntan lotion that's been there for 3 hours and no one came back? That chair? And I'm like going, ooh. I'm sitting back with my popcorn. My wife's going to go with this girl. And I'm like sitting back and she goes, well, yeah, that's my stuff. And I was just in the room for a minute. And she goes, well, you were there for 3 hours. We've been here 3 hours. She goes, oh, yeah. And she backed down because she saw Megan's Philly coming out a little bit. And she was kind of like going, oh, well, it's cool. And I go, no, you know what? We're leaving anyway. We'll go. You can have the chairs. It's fine. And Megan wanted to stay longer. But I go, no, let's get out of here. We got to shower up for the wedding anyway.
Okay, so I have a question.
Yes.
Was there any other chairs open at the pool, or was it completely slammed?
By the time she showed back up, I didn't even notice when we got up, there were several chairs available.
Okay, so then that's stupid.
Yeah.
Because otherwise you're like, I'm going to go ahead and pull my chair card because I don't have any chairs. But if there's other ones open, who gives a crap?
Yeah, but 3 hours. Come on. You can't come back with the hotel towel and a little free thing of suntan lotion and say it's your chair anymore. There's got to be a time limit. We have to have a society with time limits.
Settle down. Here's my thing.
Okay.
Because, my husband and I went to Mexico a lot when we were planning our wedding. And this is like a resort pool thing, and it makes me so angry. Because by the time you show up to the pool, even if it's 10 a.m.
Everybody save the chairs.
And there's no one there.
Yeah.
It's like, and the pool's empty, and you can't sit anywhere.
Right.
And everyone does this, and I always am respectful because you have no idea if they're having breakfast and coming back. You're always going to accidentally pick the chair of somebody who actually is coming back right away.
Right.
But there would be those awesome seats, like the cabana ones, like the free cabana ones, and there would be stuff in them for 5 hours. Like these people went on an excursion and saved seats in the morning, and it always angered me so much. And we respected it because I'm not going to be the person who breaks the resort rule, but if we all as a society just only grabbed a chair when we needed it, there would be enough chairs. The reason there's not enough chairs is because you think you need it for 24 hours.
Well, that's the thing. You cannot hold it if you leave. And listen, if they went out to make a call or a kid had, an accident or something, come back in 10 minutes, fine. That's your chair. You're still set up there. It's good. 3 hours with a towel that was from the hotel and a little free thing from the hotel, that's not saving a chair. You got to put your iPad down there to save that chair, in my opinion. That's my
that's
iPad.
Collateral.
Yeah, I need your PIN number. I don't know if people have these problems in the burbs because a lot of these community pools open over the weekend and people going out there. Like that's why I asked you about that because I thought maybe in your community pool people save stuff out there.
I think that people, for the most part, again. So there ends up, even though it's slammed, there ends up being enough chairs because when you leave, your chairs are available.
Yeah.
So if people just do that, everyone's so paranoid. We live in such a, let me grasp everything I can, as much of it, exactly what I need. It's like, oh my God. Like, if you just bought groceries when you needed them, there'd be enough food for everybody. Just stop doing this. Yeah. It's so psychotic.
Megan was just waiting for her to come back, too. And I'm like, I didn't care. I was like, it's fine, I'll move. And Megan was like, if she comes back. And then the people next to us, too, were like, there's 4 chairs available over there. The couple next to us that was sitting there, there was like, she sat down. And then after Megan ripped her, I was like, you know what's going to be funny? If we didn't know many people at this wedding, what if we go to the wedding and she's sitting at our table?
That's so true.
Because everybody was at this hotel for the wedding, but she wasn't there.
So this actually happened. So in Mexico, we were like, okay, before we go to breakfast, let's grab some chairs. But we are actually coming after breakfast. And I'm like, if we eat for 20 minutes, come back, there's going to be nothing, right?
Yeah.
So we put stuff down, including like my pool bag, like personal items, not just a towel. And we came back. and somehow threw all of it on the floor and was sitting, like, including my bag.
Yeah.
And we told everybody at the pool that they were awful. Like, we were like, just, they throw all our stuff on the ground. And people were booing them every time they got in the pools. And we were like, boo, you guys suck. Like, they're getting booed.
Becomes a Cubs
They
game.
ended up leaving after like 20 minutes because everyone's like, you don't know the resort rules.
Yeah. Let's everybody relax.
I was
Let's
like,
do
everyone
that.
bully them.
Let's everybody just take a chair when it's needed. Now, somebody,
Yes.
I've never taken a cruise. Someone said at 773 on cruises, they give you these like tags for the chairs. If you don't come in an hour, they remove it.
See, it's just smart. Like, fine, if you want to save it because you really are going to be there pretty soon, you're getting spots.
Yeah.
That's okay, but beyond that, just like relax with the chairs.
Because I got there was no chair for me. I went in the pool, got a high noon. I was
That's what
good.
I mean. And you could just like wait a second, and
Yeah.
a chair's gonna free up.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
yeah.
if it didn't, I would have been okay. All
You
would have
would've
worked
made it
out.
Well, you
Oh.
would have gotten that nap though.
I would have got that nap in, but I also was waiting to see Megan put this woman in a headlock. It didn't happen because it got okay. Yeah, that's right.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q 101.